What up, Bucky? What up, fam? How's it going? I'm the man. It's me, and the name is Tony. Actually, it's Popcorn Poppy. He's got a drink, he's got hot dogs on his shirt, but he is not gonna twerk because we'll save that for the hoes on Love Island. Oh, here we go. Well, that show ended, but you could watch Beyond the Villa. I'm all in, but I'm actually not. I'd rather just watch the next season for a thought. I don't know which one, though. Is it Sierra, Olandria? What other ones are there? There's a bunch. Yeah, I got hit by the Love Island bun. The Love Island bug. Not the bun. The bun's on my shirt. Welcome back to Popcorn Poppin' Live, your ultimate movie, TV, and streaming guide. There's too much content in the world, and you can't be wasting your time, so let me waste my time for you by watching all that looks vaguely interesting in everything cinema and letting you know what's poppin' and what ain't. Tonight we'll rate these past week's new film, Superman, and also not exactly a new film, but a new film on streaming, and that's Drop, which dropped on Peacock. We'll also be talking about The Woman in the Yard, which I forgot to talk about last week, even though I advertised it. Another film that's not new, but also dropped on Peacock recently. We'll also be talking about the new series, which is, of course, a continuation of an old one, Dexter Resurrection, along with the new season of Always Sunny. Also, new projects coming out this week, next week, where to watch them, and give them some poppin' projections as well. But first, let us dive into my name. My name's the Popcorn Poppy. You see it right there. That's my name. Just wanted to say hi. I just want to let you know that all reviews and opinions are that of me, the Popcorn Poppy, and I could be wrong about everything, but it's all in my mind, in my way of life, in my opinion, and of course, with my non-livingness, I have watched a lot of movies and television. I have no social life. All I do is sit down on the couch and watch TV or go to the theaters and watch movies. So I have a little bit of knowledge on what to do. I also went to film school. I also directed a short film, and I'm also writing for a zombie TV show. So that doesn't mean like I know absolutely everything and my word is law, but it just goes to show you this isn't just me being flippant in my opinions. Just wanted to let you know that. Before we get into the news, I just wanted to thank the interweb sources of Deadline, THR, Variety, and many others. What's new? First off, Lily Gladstone is the latest to join the cast of the new Thomas Crown Affair, which is going to be joining with Dana. She's from Walking Dead. Denai Guerrero? Denai Guerrera. And Kenneth Branagh. If you don't remember me talking about this when it was first announced, it turns out that Michael B. Jordan is going to be taking another stab at directing. He recently did, not very recently, but Creed 3. He's also going to be doing the new Thomas Crown Affair, which is going to be starring him and Taylor Page. You may remember her from Bones and All or Escape Room. Great, fun movies. That one and something of Tournaments as well. Fun actress. She's solid. I loved her in Bones and All, and I think I'll love her in this as well. If you haven't seen the first two Thomas Crown Affairs, I actually never saw the original Steve McQueen one, but there's also one with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo, both of which you can watch on Amazon Prime. No word yet on when this is going to be released, the new one that is, but I'm assuming pretty soon. Heads up! Max is no more! Long live HBO Max! It's HBO Max again. We don't have to call him Max like we're talking about streaming on a dog. Monster, new season. Not season 3, but season 4 is going to be about Lizzie Borden. It's in the works at Netflix from Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan. They already did Dahmer, Menendez Brothers, and the season 3, which is going to be sometime in late 2025 or early 2026, is going to star Charlie Hunnam as Ed Gein. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Fan of The Pit? Not your armpit, dummy. I'm talking about the show, the medical drama that could or could not be a ripoff off of ER, or the hit TV show also known as Turns out the girl who played Dr. Heather Collins, Tracy Feature, it was announced to leave. She's leaving. And she's going to be casted in Shyamalan's new film. Of course, the plot is under wraps for that. It's probably related to that, but also her rep says that she just wasn't written into season 2, which I find that strange because she was a very interesting lead person in the last season. It sucks, but I'll still watch the next season of The Pit. Speaking of medical dramas, let's go to medical comedies like Scrubs. It's coming back, y'all. Oh, wait, we're not there yet. Larry David is back. I'll tell you that much. Not medical drama, but he's coming back. Big surprise. It's only been less than, 2 or 3 years since Curb ended. But he's coming back with a sketch comedy series. Why the hell do you see the Obamas right next to him? I don't know. Actually, I do. Apparently, he is doing a 6-episode sketch comedy. So there's sketches. I don't know how it's going to work. That's what the log line that HBO gave away, though. And apparently, I think that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama own a production company that is going to be producing this sketch comedy series. Whether or not the Obamas are in it is remain to be seen. I doubt it. But the log line says, President and Mrs. Obama wanted to honor America's 250th anniversary and celebrate the unique history of our nation on this special occasion. ... But then Larry David called. I don't know what that means. I think I forgot the picture, but Scrubs is coming back later this year, maybe, for the 2025 to 2026 season. And included is going to be Sarah Chalk, Donald Faison, and Zach Braff. Another directing shakeup news. Guy Ritchie isn't doing Roadhouse 2 anymore. I am no longer interested. You can watch the first remake with Jake Gyllenhaal on Amazon Prime. They haven't said who's going to replace Guy Ritchie, but I'm a lot less interested in the sequel. Am I interested in a movie that's based on toys? You betcha. Not Toy Story 4. I don't want to see that. God damn. I didn't even put that on there either. I apologize. South Park is taken off HBO. It's taken off of Paramount Plus. Get your shit together, Tony. South Park has been taken off Paramount Plus. Wah! It's okay. It's still on HBO Max. Apparently, there's this streaming war that's happening right now, which was discussed actually in the South Park latest season or 2 seasons ago. Don't know what's going on, but you can watch it on HBO Max. If you have Paramount Plus and you're looking for South Park, you're shit out of luck. Next, Hot Wheels the movie. There we go. Yeah, they're making a Hot Wheels the movie. Big surprise? Not really. This makes sense. I mean, Fast and Furious is going to end in 20 years? Probably soon. I believe they're going to have only one more movie. However, John M. Chu, who did Wicked and Wicked Part 2, which is due in theaters in December, is going to direct it. I'm intrigued. I think John M. Chu is a good director. He also did Crazy Rich Asians as well. And let's see. Jewel Taylor and Tony Rettenmaier, a writer-director duo whose credits include Creed 2 and They Clone Tyrone, is penning the script with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot and Chu's Electric Somewhere producing. So that's kind of cool. J.J. Abrams is involved. I do like J.J. Abrams. And the guys who wrote Creed 2, which I didn't love Creed 2, but I did love They Called Tyrone. So, all right. Or they cloned. They didn't call Tyrone. Well, they called him to clone him, actually. You can watch that on Netflix. So, yeah, I'm interested. I don't know what's going to happen, but you better see some loops. That's all I'm saying. Next up. Oh, speaking of J.J. Abrams, R.I.P. Duster, the J.J. Abrams television series that was short-lived for just 1 season. I don't even think the finale has aired yet. But the season premiere of season 2 is not going to happen. I've been keeping up on this show, and I'm sad that it's gone. But, hey, it was fun while it lasted. You can watch the whole series on HBO Max right now. Remember last week I told you that Craig Robinson announced he's going to retire? And I was like, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. I think it's a scam, a caper, gotcha, psych. It was. They were advertising some like speaker thing. The cast of The Office was. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. It's stupid. I knew it wasn't a thing, but I will say this: Craig Robinson, looking good. Looks like he lost a lot of weight. You know, the hair looks better too without the fro. Although I'm more of a fro person. If I could just get a fro, if I could just and just get rid of my whiteness and get in more melanin, that'd be dope. Anyways, the last piece of news is Wednesday has released a trailer and the release date of season 2, or should I say release dates? You know, Netflix, anything that they can do to keep you keeping on those subscriptions for another month or 2, maybe even 3. Season 2 of the acclaimed series, maybe not critically acclaimed, but definitely audience acclaimed series, it's going to be broken up into 2 parts. Part 1 is going to come out on August 6th, and Part 2 is going to be coming out on September 3rd. So, speaking of resurrecting deadly-like creatures, who else was resurrected this week? None other than Dexter Morgan. I was a bit skeptical of this one, guys. So we had Dexter. We had Dexter New Blood, which basically undid the ending or continued the ending of the Dexter TV series that no one was happy with. I liked New Blood. I was happy with what they left it off at. So when I heard that they're making 2 more Dexter series, I was like, what are you doing? Dexter Original Sin, the prequel series, liked it a lot. I didn't think I would, but I dug it. Great casting and very generic storytelling, but still very well made. Then I found out that they were bringing Dexter back from the fucking dead. Literally resurrecting Dexter himself. He even gets visited by the ghosts of his past. I was skeptical until I saw the cast list of people that are going to be entering the show. Spoiler alert for casts that are going to be joining the show include Neil Patrick Harris and Peter Dinklage. What? Sounds interesting. But would it hold up? Poppin' or not? It was popping, y'all. I love this show. It's really, really good. It's like the old Dexter. It's so awesome. Pros, the opening has him visiting ghosts from his past, aka people from the first few seasons of the original Dexter. We had, spoiler alerts, the Trinity. I'm not going to tell everybody. I'll just mention like people like the Trinity Killer. They had someone from a season that no one liked. They had a fan favorite with a very famous quote that is basically a meme. And guess what? That person says it again. It was super cool. Now, it's not only nostalgic, but it's actually an excellent device used to catch the audience up on everything that happened on Dexter. Basically reminding everyone, yeah, he used to hunt serial killers. Yes, he did have a son and his son shot him. Yes, he did get his wife murdered by a serial killer that he was trying to hunt. Yes, he did train someone that didn't go quite right. Yes, he had a sister who was completely absent from this series, and it kind of makes sense, but they also bring back the father. And this is not a spoiler. Everyone's known this, and this is something that happens kind of right away. James Raymar comes back to look after little Dexy boy, because that's what he did in the original series. I like that he was replaced by Deborah in New Blood. It made sense because Deborah was always very against him serial killers, even if it was for the good. But now he's going back to his old ways, and he's doing it for his son. But he comes across a killer that actually steals his moniker, the Dark Passenger, and gets a little pissed off about it. It's called multitasking. It's very funny still, and it's just like the old Dexter show, honestly, except now we're in Miami. I'm sorry, instead of Miami, we're in New York. That's a little bit of a con. I don't mind that we're in New York. I think it's fun to switch up locations, but it's dark and dreary as opposed to live and vibrant like Miami. I kind of miss that. We do get Angel Batista, Dave Bautista's brother, Angel. We get Angel back and Dexter actually in the same room. New Blood, they never actually got together. Now they're actually back together, and that's going to be an interesting storyline. Harrison is back, and I was scared that it's going to be a show revolving around Harrison. It kind of is. It's the strongest B story because Dexter's basically his guardian angel, which so far Harrison doesn't know that he's alive yet. And I was nervous about it. I didn't hate I didn't hate Harrison in New Blood, but I was like, I don't want to see Dexter's son. I just want to see Dexter kill people. However, it's actually a pretty interesting storyline of him working at a hotel and still unable to let dead fucking dogs lie. So, I'm digging it. I love the fact that he's chasing this Uber killer, and I think the Uber killer is a great idea for a serial killer storyline. The only cons are me missing the colorful Miami compared to the dreary New York, but the ultimate con of the show is why he's not in prison. It's so stupid. He's even using his name again. It's ridiculous, but whatever. Sweep it under the rug. Let's move forward because no one wants to watch a show about Dexter in prison. unless like the final season's him in prison and being like a Hannibal for Harrison or some shit. So I dig it. I can see them pushing out 4 or 5 more seasons of this show. Just when you end it again, fucking end it. Just end it. You know, I say that, but if they would have just ended it with New Blood, a lot of people have been disappointed. Even though they were happier with New Blood's ending as opposed to the Dexter's original ending, I was like, just let it go. But I gotta admit, I'm glad it's back. I really dig the show. So, it's certainly popping. You can watch new episodes on Paramount Plus Sundays. The first 2 episodes are out right now. A show that also returned, not as a new series, but just as a new season, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Season 17. The first 2 episodes are out right now on Hulu, with new episodes dropping on Hulu every Thursday and airing on FXX the night before at 9 p.m. Poppin' or not? You know it's poppin', but surprisingly poppin'. Granted, the newer seasons have been a little, This one is just fucking great. We open up with the Abbott Elementary crossover part 2. If you haven't watched the first crossover episode on Abbott Elementary, head over to Hulu and watch season 4, episode 9, entitled Volunteers. Very hilarious, even though it's subdued in the dark adult comedy, because it's an ABC show. Now, we're on FXX, baby. We're with the gang, which is Seinfeld on crack. That was our tagline for the first couple seasons. And guess what? We got Quinta Brunson cussing, and it's the funniest part of episode 1. But we also got a scene of them recruiting kids that seems a little questionable. We have a long conversation of them talking about conspiracy theories involving 9/11. It's hilarious, and it's just divine. I love the series. I loved the crossover. I'd be down if they did another crossover, because the way that they meshed the Abbott Elementary crew with Sunny, it really worked. Some cast members were a little underused, but they still used everyone. I'm not a huge Abbott Elementary fan. I dig Abbott Elementary. I just don't watch it. But Always Sunny, great job on the first episode. Second episode, hilarious. Not as strong as the first, but they had a lot more to work with. However, they get into a drug-filled night, and by them, I mean Dennis, Mac, and Charlie. That's a lot of fun with Nat or Alex Wolf. They're twins, so I can't tell them apart. But also, we get a great twist ending from Frank that I didn't even see coming, but I was crying laughing when it happened. So, it is Poppin', Mac, Rob Mack now, not Rob McElhenney, but Rob Mack, the creator / main showrunner, has stated that this is the best season they've ever done. So far, they're 2 for 2. So we'll see what happens. Again, new episodes first air Wednesdays on FXX at 9 p.m. with it dropping on Hulu the following day. Let's talk about IronHeart real quick. Now, granted, the show came out a couple weeks ago, and if you're a fan of Popcorn Poppin', I fucked up on the guide. I didn't know this show was coming out until the day of. And I was like, oh, shit, you guys didn't advertise this at all. It was classified as a miniseries, and it's only 6 episodes long. The first 3 episodes dropped one week, and then the next week they dropped the other 3. Stars Riri Williams as IronHeart. Poppin' or not, I'm going to tell you the truth. It was poppin'. There were cons. At first, it wasn't the most special. I didn't think it was that great. And I didn't really care for the opening. And I think if you're going to start a series, a movie, whatever, the opening scene has to really grab you. Sure, we met Riri already in Wakanda Forever, but you didn't really grasp me with that first episode. The second episode was a little better. You even have a pretty solid cast, including Anthony Ramos, Alden Ehrenreich, I can't pronounce your name, from Hail Caesar, and also Eric fucking Andre. Not enough Eric Andre, but Eric Andre's in the show. Not enough of him. It's dope, though. It gets better as it progresses. You just have to hang on a little bit. Don't listen to the internet. It was just review bombed by haters that don't want to see any black people make it. But we have black writers, black directors, black cast, and a pretty dope story eventually. It's just the first episode I didn't really vibe with. The action scenes are what really got me. The friendship between her and her best friend is really good as well. That is the soul of the show, and it really works. I will tell you the truth, though. I find Riri a little annoying. I like the actress. Riri really looks out for herself and doesn't really listen to anyone else. Sounds a little familiar, Tony Stark-esque. Yet the show does get better. The introduction of magic into the series is really dope too, including a character named Zelma Stanton, who I hope we will see in the future. And it has a very interesting cliffhanger at the end of this season. And again, this was classified as a miniseries, so I don't know where it's going. And judging by MCU trying to halt back the new series of MCU that's supposed to tie in with everything, and also, even before they decided to do it, the Multiverse Saga has not had many season 2s of their television series. Only the popular ones that everyone loved, like Loki. So I don't know if they're going to do another season, but to be honest, from that cliffhanger, I'd be down. Oh, and small spoiler alert, just small. It's just about an actor that appears. I won't say who he plays. It's all over the internet, but spoiler alert, turn it off, mute, do this. I'm going to say it right now. So, ready? Okay. The actor is Sacha Baron Cohen. And the person that you can undo your ears. The person that he plays, we've seen this person before, not in MCU, but in other stuff. We'll talk about it some other time. Anyways, that actor was good, and I'm interested in this character, especially if they actually use this person in the MCU more. I just didn't care for the constant voice changing that they did to make the person more sinister. Like, you're doing it every 5 seconds. Stop doing it. Make up your mind. Anyways, check out the whole season on Disney Plus right now. Other series that are out is Foundation, which you can watch new episodes on Apple TV Plus, which is about a complex saga of humans scattered on planets throughout the galaxy, all living under the rule of the Galactic Empire. Sounds like Star Wars. Dr. Hari Seldon and his loyal followers attempt to preserve their culture as the galaxy collapses around them. I haven't watched the show. I've heard good things. We also have Lena Dunham's Too Much, which you can watch the whole season on Netflix. It's a Lena Dunham show. It's basically like Girls, except it's in England instead of New York. And before we talk about the movies, don't worry, we'll get to Superman soon. Love Island. Tony, what are you doing? Why are you watching? You don't watch reality TV. Well, Roxy got me into Love Island. God damn it! I love this show. It's one of the reasons I'm late this evening. It got me. I like games. I like eliminations. And beautiful people are in the show, too. I mean, it's weird, though. I'm in day 2. I watched the end of the series. I know how it ends, and I won't tell you how it ends. I won't tell you who's voted best couple that gets $100,000. And if one of them keeps $100,000 and decide to share them. But I will tell you, I'm in an episode where it's day 2. And people are like, oh, man, I just don't know. I don't know if I should leave her or not leave her. And let's find out if you want to leave your couple for one of the bombshells. All the dudes left their girls to try to hook up with Sierra. All of them. Ace had no choice. Anyways, I love this show. I'm addicted to it. And I'm very happy that I get to binge it. But it's going to take up a lot of my time. So what is in theaters right now? Huh? What's in theaters? Abraham's Boys. These are movies I haven't seen. I just want to let you know that these are in theaters right now. Abraham's Boys, which is about Max and Rudy Van Helsing, who confront the terrifying legacy of their father's history with Dracula. Who's their father? Abraham Van Helsing. Never knew his name was Abraham. So I think that's a cool Dracula story to be introduced. This is in select theaters right now. And the very low-budgeted looking Skill House that co-stars Neil McDonough and 50 Cent. 10 influencers are lured into a content house and forced to compete in social media challenges because in Skill House, clout isn't just currency, it's survival. It's basically Saw meets... It's Saw. It's Saw. Saw meets like Escape Room, but Saw. Did I mention it's like Saw? Did you see Saw? All right, so on Peacock, there was a movie that dropped called Drop, and it's been in theaters prior to this, but I never wanted to go see it because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't know about this. Violet is a widowed mother who goes to an upscale restaurant to meet Henry, her charming and handsome date. However, her pleasant evening soon turns into a living nightmare when she receives phone messages from a mysterious hooded figure who threatens to kill her young son and sister unless she kills her date, Henry. Poppin or not, If you ever watch the trailer, it looks like there seems to be a trend of these type of movies happening right now, and I don't know how to classify it, and we need to move on. But I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I'll go to theaters to see this, but maybe I'll watch it on streaming, and I did. Pop it or not, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It was popping. It worked. It worked. But only because of the dope direction. Pros, excellent directing. I love the way we're introduced to other characters in the restaurant and the locations layout with smooth cinematography and steady, yet sort of thrilling pacing. I do believe that other people will find this movie very slow, but I kind of dig it. Even the way we read the text when shit gets really popping, it pops. It pops, baby. If you're into the cool direction, it's done by Christopher Landon, who did Happy Death Day to You, and Freaky, which you can watch on Amazon Prime. Freaky is that comedy serial killer body switch movie with Vince Vaughn. I recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. Anyways, I even like the excellent lighting. I know Pat Weibo, my old roommate from college, used to make fun of me about criticizing lighting in a film. This movie's got dope lighting, all right? It's for specific scenes, like there's a scene where text messages go, "Do you think I'm the bartender?" And the person looks at the camera and the spotlight goes on it. It's always from her perspective, which I really, really enjoy. And there's also lighting that indicates her feeling of isolation in such a scary situation. Good acting from our main two actors, Megan Fahy, who you can see in White Lotus season 2, I believe, and Brandon Sklenar. I don't recognize him, but he's the date. Cons, the script is sort of generic. If you watch the trailer, you know exactly what it's about, and it doesn't really surprise you that much. But we're all not watching this to hand out Oscars for script writing. The things that unfold are ridiculous and non-believable, but that's okay. I give this one a medium with butter. You can watch this on Peacock right now. And The Woman in the Yard. A mysterious woman repeatedly appears in a family's front yard, often delivering chilling warnings and unsettling messages, leaving them to question her identity, motives, and the potential danger she might pose. This is with Danielle Deadwyler. If you don't recognize her, you may recognize her from Obi-Wan, The Bear, Piano Lesson, Watchmen TV show, The Harder They Fall, Till, The Bear, and Carry On, which you can watch on Netflix right now. Also directed by the guy who did Carry On, Wam Colette Sarah. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Who did Orphan, The Shallows, and Carry On. Poppin' or not? It was popping, y'all. I was kind of surprised how much I liked it. For one, I did not know it was a one-day film. You know, I love me some one-day films. It all takes place in one day. Great acting, specifically from Danielle Deadwyler, but the two kids that she has are really good, including the woman in the yard, of course. Excellent use of shadows. Who the woman in the yard actually is pretty tight. I like that. So the stranded and stuck situation is done so in a pretty cool way. How it deals with depression and the loss and feeling of running on E after experiencing said loss and being stuck with two kids. Oh boy, it works. For instance, they live in the middle of nowhere. She got into a horrible car wreck that makes her on crutches and she cannot stand on that fucking leg. Her power is out because she can't work and her phone died, so she can't call for help. There's a woman in the yard that freaks them out, and their truck isn't working for them to leave. Pretty good situation. There was only one thing I didn't like about this movie, and it was something that I saw coming. The end gets a little fucky, and it tries to mess with your mind, and they did one thing I didn't enjoy, but I can't really explain it right now. It involves her in a veil. When she talks to the woman in the yard, I was like, I know that this is going to come back. And it did. And it didn't really mean that much to anything. But I'm going to admit to you, I gave it a large popcorn. I'm kind of surprised myself. I just thought it was very well made and I loved its themes. The way that they use the shadows is very similar to Candyman, the remake. And that's why I can't be like, that was so amazing. It's just because I've seen that before in Candyman, but still works well in this. Anyways, large popcorn. Check out The Woman in the Yard on Peacock. And finally, Medea's destination wedding. Medea packs her floral dresses and a whole lot of chaos when the Simmons family heads to the Bahamas. I know they're going to the Bahamas. I should have watched this. For her grandniece's whirlwind wedding. I watched, with Roxy, by Roxy's request, about 10, 15 minutes. And Yeah, I'm just not a Medea fan. And it was mostly just Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry as a generic Tyler Perry-esque Tyler Perry character that just stands there and goes, what? And then he does the clumps thing where I'm not trying to hate on Tyler Perry. I love what he does, especially with Black cinema and offering careers for the whole community of Black people. But I just don't love the Medea movies. Diary of a Mad Black Woman is dope. And Mea Culpa was awful, but I loved it. Every other film I like. This one, I don't think I gave it enough of a chance. It was actually better than what I expected. So maybe I'll give it a try again. Did you give it a try? Check it out on Netflix if you haven't. And before we cut to commercial, we're going to check out the chat. Jordan Colbertus, I thought New Blood was good, and I'm really excited for this one. New Blood was good, and I thought it was a satisfying ending. Resurrection is dope, though. I think you'll really, really like it. He's a creep motherfucker. I'm assuming you mean Dexter Morgan. He is. You're right. Novocaine, I like your shirt. I like you, shirt. Hey, shirt says, I like you too, Novocaine. So thank you. And Novocaine, you look handsome. He must be talking to shirt. Ooh. Thank you, Novocaine, but I'm kind of taken. I got a young Mexican guy inside me right now, so I'm sorry, but you're going to have to back the fuck off. And the Terror Dome, just in time. Medea's Destination Wedding could be movie of the summer. No fucking way. I don't believe you, but now I have to watch it, and I shall. All right, everybody. We're finally back to what we all came here for. We started off with 6 people, but I talked about everything that they weren't interested in. Let's take a quick commercial break. There you are. We were worried sick.
Do you know how long we were looking for you?
Every time you do this, you're gone longer and longer.
You're gone so much, we almost felt like giving up.
Listen, we love you, but if you keep this up...
If you go missing one more time, mister, I'll literally put you on a leash. Is that what
baby,
you want?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Shut up. Is that what you want?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
All right, then.
Listen, if you could just stay put where you are at all times, everything will be okay, all right? Okay. All right, good. I trust him.
I don't know.
Baby, let's just take a deep breath. Feel better?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now I think... Oh, damn it, he's gone again!
Now we won't be able to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, man. That, I'm sad. This is sad to me. I'm sad.
Take it off.
Okay.
Parents, always tether your remotes. That way they don't get lost in the couch and you don't miss out on Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is a public service announcement.
And finally, we're to where we want to be. Superman! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Or is it another white man? No, it's Super White Man! When Superman gets drawn into conflicts at home and abroad, his actions are questioned, giving tech billionaire Lex Luthor the opportunity to get the Man of Steel out of the way for good. Will intrepid reporter Lois Lane and Superman's four-legged companion Krypto be able to help him before it's too late? I don't know. You'll have to go see the movie. But I will tell you how it all unfolded. Not with spoilers, mind you. Just with some criticism. This star, David Cornsweet, who you may recognize from... Not that guy. That's not David Cornsweet. Who you may recognize from Twisters, Pearl, and We Own This City miniseries that you can watch on HBO Max right now. And this was directed by James Gunn, who did Guardians Volume 1, 2, and 3 of the Galaxy, that is. He also did the second Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad, but the Suicide Squad. He also did Slither, Super, and wrote the Scooby-Doos. Poppin' or not. This is from the perspective of a non-comic book reader. All right. So everything that you see in this review is from someone who does not know the comic books, but only knows from what he watched from the Superman movies. I didn't even watch all the Christopher Reeve movies, just the first one. Okay. Okay. Bucky, how you doing? You doing good? Okay. That's good to hear. I need you to tell me, was this super or was this a pooper? I don't know. Just give the rating, please. OMG. We did it, y'all. James Gunn did it. He did it. Don't believe everything you read online. This movie was poppin'. But how poppin' was it? Well, let's start with the pros, all right? We have a much more fun tone compared to Man of Steel or the Dark Knight series. We had a lot of dark moods with Nolan and Snyder's intros to heroes in the 21st century, and this one is more fun than even the Reeves films. It has fun left and right. A lot of jokes, but just a fun tone in general. The opening scene should be really depressing, but once Crypto comes in, which is less than 5 minutes into the movie, we're into some fun. And I love Crypto. I even love his little ear. Sure, he's CGI'd the whole time, but he looks adorable and it works. We're done with origin stories. James Gunn knows that we all know how Superman showed up to Earth because we've seen it happen 1,000 times. Maybe not as many times as we've seen Bruce Wayne's parents get shot, but we already know how it happens. So we're thrown into the middle of a story and just need to catch up on what's going on around us. Earth already knows Superman and metahumans, and they're even used to wild monsters attacking Metropolis, and it's an already wild world, and the audience doesn't need to be spoon-fed how we got here in the very beginning. This pro is particularly for the comic book fans the most, I assume. Meaning, we're introduced to a whole new world of new characters, new monsters, and everything seems very, very normal to the average Metropolite, whatever they're called. Everyone already knows. The only people that don't know are comic book non-readers that just want to go see a James Gunn superhero film. Because I was sitting there and I'm like, yo, a lot of stuff's going on. But everything was explained and I walked out knowing everything. Sure, I'm probably missed some Easter eggs, but I'll tell you what, I sat next to someone, my friend, Mr. Josh Anderson, who is the biggest Superman fan that I know, reads all the comic books, yada, yada, yada. And he was very satisfied with the movie. He goes, yeah, they nailed it. They did a great job. There's only one thing I didn't nail, and that involved something that happened towards the end, so I won't get into it. But he goes, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. What did we think of the guy who played Superman, Mr. Corn Sweat? Too emotional like I thought he was? I said on Popcorn Poppin' that I watched some of the trailer, and there's a scene where he's standing, and it seems to be yelling at Lois Lane. But when we watch this scene in the actual film, he's not yelling at Lois Lane, and he's not exactly angry. He is a little angry, but he's emotional. Sure, he's an alien. Now, this is from someone who didn't read the comic books, so if this is not what he does in the comic books, guess what? I don't give a fuck. This is a much more interesting Superman than we had with the previous Supermen. Sure, Henry Cavill, whatever the fuck you assholes get angry at his name for, Henry was a dope Superman, but he was kind of vanilla. We always get a vanilla Superman. This guy's vanilla, but he's funny. He's quirky. He's got heart, and he's got feeling. And I like that. It's dope. It is a perfect thing to do with the character of Superman because he experiences emotions as someone who is posing as a human. But guess what? He was human all along. Not literally. He is a kryptonite. He's an alien. But he's a human alien. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, woke? He is Superman, all right? I didn't think the film was woke. And I think that this came about, I think every superhero movie has people on the internet say, this movie's woke. New Pixar, this movie's woke. New Disney, all right, I get it. Now, his speech at the end may have sounded woke, but it's Superman. He's going to give a speech. This movie is a comic book, all right? And everything that Superman stands for, maybe woke isn't the right word. Maybe we've been Superman this whole time. Now, the speech at the end, I can see how it can be construed as woke. But that's because everything is fucking woke to everybody. It's very annoying. Anything that sounds positive and everybody love everybody sounds woke. But guess what? Maybe it works for Superman. Because it worked for me. Sure, I may have rolled my eyes, but I bought it because he's Superman. All right? So let's move on from that. There was a political thing that happened in the film that was very reminiscent of what's happening in Israel and Iran. There are people online that are like, they did it on purpose. And it's like, it's impossible that James Gunn would see this coming. Having said that, I don't want to get into politics, but I mean, a lot of movies touch on things, political climates that happen right now. And Superman has to go through some political shit. So get over it. It worked for me. Who else was good? We had Nathan Fillion's Lantern, who was awesome. And look at that haircut. Big surprise at how awesome he was? No, it wasn't. Because it's Nathan fucking Fillion, y'all. Super fun. I'm excited to see him in future DC projects. And kind of a badass. He does stuff with his ring that's fun. I don't want to give anything away. Who else is dope in this? Oh, I'll tell you who was terrific in this. Mr. Terrific himself, played by Eddie Gathke. Probably mispronouncing his name, but you may remember him from X-Men First Class as a person that died way too quickly, but not quickly enough for the white people, because, anyways. Dope. Super fun. A lot more of him in this than I thought, and they used just the right amount. He is in one of the funnest scenes of the film. If you remember James Gunn projects, specifically Guardians of the Galaxy, there's usually a really cool song that plays while an action scene unfolds. He has the main one of the film, and it works. Rachel Brosnahan, Lois Lane, watches it all, and it's very fun. And he's funny, deadpan, and a badass. Good job, Eddie. Good job. Speaking of Lois, she did great. If you haven't watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I do recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime right now. I didn't watch the last 2 seasons, but I do hear that it is consistent. It is kind of the same thing, but it is funny. It works. She's funny in it. Also, Lex Luthor, Nicholas motherfucking Hoult, who was one of the finalists for playing Superman himself. He was dope. This isn't exactly a con, it worked. So we're thrown in the middle of everything, so Lex Luthor already has a plan, and he's already like, all right, execute this plan, do this, do that. It's a lot of him looking at computers, just like Lex Luthor did in the comics, I'm assuming. It was dope, but I need to see a future Lex Luthor in a suit fighting, like I saw in like the Justice League animated series. That'd be fun. So, Nicholas Hoult did great. A lot of screaming, great vein in the forehead, and he kept us cool in the first half of his performance, and it worked. Other smaller characters were fun as well, like Wendell Pierce as Percy. We barely saw him, but every time we did, we saw that cigar hanging from his mouth and sounding like a newspaper man. It really, really worked. We also had Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. She was awesome. Blowing up right now. She's from Last of Us, Season 2. Super fun, super cool, super badass. And other small roles like Anthony Cardigan as Metamorpho, who you may remember from Barry. He did a really good emotional role. Nothing else to say. I thought it worked. I was shocked it was him, even though I knew he was in the movie. I thought it was Alan Tudyk the whole time. Who Alan Tudyk is in this, but I can't remember who he is. Now, so, great action scenes and great world building, right? There are some cons, and you may have read these cons on the internet. I told you that it was a pro that we're thrown into the middle of everything. We don't have an origin story, which I didn't want. I didn't want an origin story. I did want to be thrown in the middle. But we are literally thrown in the middle here. It's like watching James Gunn's Superman 2, because we are in the middle of everything. It sounds dope, but there is so much information that's being thrown at us. Every scene is exposition city. I get it. We need to be explained what's going on, who's who, what's what, where's where, and why is why. I understand, but every scene is them explaining what the fuck is going on. And it's a little much. It's like, okay, all right, okay. The action scenes actually worked. I reported last week that I saw some of the trailer, and I was a little skeptical about how they were doing the CGI flying scenes, but it worked. It is, if you don't like shaky cam, be careful, because it is kind of shaky. I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't bring Roxy, because she doesn't like that, and she probably, if you don't like Blair Witch POV things, or Born Identity, this might get you a little bit. Not a slight by me, but I know people don't like shaky cam, and it is shaky in the air. It worked, and the action was sick, but it was cross-cutting with characters talking. Like a comic book, So everything's like a comic book, but it's almost too comic booky. Chill out, comic book fans. Don't yell at me. I'm just saying. I'm watching people fight, and then I'm hearing information, and I'm watching people fight, and I'm hearing information. I'm like, yo, can we take a second? And there's a second where he takes a second and sits down while there's a fight happening outside with a giant monster in the land and the Justice Squad or gang. I forgot what they're called. It worked. But I just needed a couple more, like, tension building scenes and less explanation and straight action. There was really no in-between to me. Not the biggest con, but it was so much that it affected my rating of this film. So yeah, so much exposition going on, even in action scenes. We are being introduced to not only Superman, but an entire universe that James Gunn is presenting to us. Sure, we've seen Zack Snyder's version a little bit, and we've seen this try to be done, but we're at movie 1, and we're in the middle. So yes, he has to explain a lot of things. I'm glad that we're explained. Let's ease up on the gas a little bit. I hear that James Gunn is sober, but it seemed like he did a lot of cocaine writing the script. Not the worst thing in the world. Cocaine's fun, but don't do it, y'all. The only other little cons that I had were Jimmy Olsen's hunk storyline. I like that actor a lot. He's from Santa Clarita Diet. I just didn't like the hunk storyline. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. That was it. However, my friend Josh said, I love that storyline. I'm like, okay. The theater didn't really vibe with it, but yeah, that was the only thing. I don't want you to be alarmed, and I don't want you to get angry with me. And again, two very different movies. I think I liked Man of Steel more. I think I like the pacing of that film more than this one. That's the end of my sentence. I'd rather this fun version, but I think I like Man of Steel more. That's just me, though. That's just me. I definitely like Creature Commandos more. That is the first, besides Peacemaker, that is the first television show that's part of James Gunn's universe. So, end credits wise, I won't spoil it for you, but they're not hinting at anything. The end of the movie will tie into Supergirl, and that scene is very funny, and I am very excited for Supergirl. It will tie into that. There is a mid-credit scene. Actually, it's like a mid-credit shot. People were like, oh, okay. The end credit scene is a funny one. It is not a, like, Bruce Wayne looking out the window or something. You're not going to get any Batman. You're not going to get any Justice League stuff. There is a group called the Justice, I think it's Gang, in the film. And that's funny, whatever, but you're not going to get a taste of, like, what's to come besides Supergirl. So I'm just letting you know to lower your expectations. You're not going to get Nick Fury at the end of the movie trying to recruit the Justice League. Just letting you know. What did I rate this? Medium with butter. The only reason it didn't get a large was there was a lot going on, fam. But don't let it fool you. Having said all that I said, I am genuinely satisfied with this intro to this Superman and to James Gunn's Gods and Monsters chapter of the DCU, and excited to see what else is to come. And what else is to come next? We have Peacemaker Season 2 that's starting in August 21st to be exact, which will be on HBO Max. We also have Lanterns that's going to hit in early 2026. And the next film is going to be Supergirl that's due. That was called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, but it's now called just Supergirl. Due June 26th, 2026. Also, to note, James Gunn said he's toying with the idea of adding a Mr. Terrific spin-off series or a Jimmy Olsen spin-off series. Don't do it. There's no reason. All right, what's coming out next week? I know what you did last summer. Everyone knows. We've all been talking about it. I can't believe you did that. You disgust me. I got lightheaded. I hope that didn't... I got lightheaded doing that. I acted too much. I'm sorry. I know what you did last summer. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt's returns. to another I Know What You Did Last Summer. Poppin or forecast. I think it'll pop. It'll be a slasher. I don't think it'll be as good as the newer Screams, but I'm down. Just, have fun with it, guys. Just have fun with it. I haven't watched the trailer. I'm down. I'm surprised I haven't done this a long time ago. You can watch, I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's streaming on something. Come on. You got to rent I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but you can watch Jesus Christ. Sorry, you can't watch Jesus Christ. You can watch the original on MGM Plus. Who has that? Do you have it? I don't. Before we move on, let's check the comments. I forgot to check that after Superman. Honestly, Medea's Destination Wedding does look Oscar worthy. All right, you've convinced me. Could be movie of the year. Medea's Destination Wedding. Heard. I'll watch it. Medea's Destination Wedding or Shawshank Redemption. Wow, this movie must be amazing. Check out this movie. Red, but my income backwards. Real quick, Poppy. My income backwards. Shut up. Who's your favorite character in Superman? Mr. Terrific. Or Nathan Fillion. One of the two. But probably Mr. Terrific. Audio is funky. Uh-oh. How am I doing, guys? Is audio still funky? No one texted me, did they? Must not be too funky. But thank you. I appreciate it. Man of Unappeal. The Terrordome does not like Man of Steel. I spoke about it with him earlier. I totally understand. And Novocaine, look at chat. I'm doing it. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. So we're talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Poppin' or not, I think it'll be fun. Are you going to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer? The only thing I really hate about I Know What You Did Last Summer, this new one, is that it's doing that stupid title thing that Scream made fun of. And that's, we're not even going to call it this. We're just going to redo the title. Don't do that. If you're a remake or a reboot, not a requel, then say I Know What You Did Last Summer. But that's so fucking dumb. I hate it. I hate that. Don't do that. Just go, I still remember I remember what you did last summer. It should have been called I remember what you did that summer. I know what you did that summer. What do you think? I don't know. I thought it was good. You can check us out in theaters Thursday. Eddington, which is also going to be in theaters Thursday, which is also in theaters. You can check this out by Ari Aster, who did Hereditary, which you can watch on Tubi, Midsommar, which you can rent, and Beau is Afraid, which you can watch on HBO Max. It stars Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. I watched the teaser trailer. Some could say this is a today's climate horror film. It looks, I don't know. I don't like movies about current politics. I'm not a fan. I did like Beau is Afraid more than I thought, and I loved Midsommar. Hereditary, I love Toni Collette. A lot of people love Hereditary. But I dig that he's trying something different. I would have rather something more fictitious, not something that hits so close to home. I don't know if I'll see this in theaters, and I'm going to assume it's not. I think it's going to be entertaining, but it's not going to be popping. That's just my guess. Let me know what you think if you end up going to see it. In select theaters, we got Guns Up, which will be in theaters Thursday. Select theaters. Ray Hayes, an ex-cop and a family man, leads a dangerous double life as a mob henchman. On the brink of leaving the family, his final job goes off the rails. With the clock ticking, Ray has one night. Oh, a one-night movie. I'm more interested. To get his unsuspecting family out of the city. This stars Kevin James, who we haven't seen in a long time, and Christina Ricci, who I love. This is in theaters, select theaters Thursday. Poppin' or not, I'm not the biggest Kevin James fan, but who knows? Maybe it'll be dope. I believe there's a trailer. Check that out. And finally, for theaters, you can check out Smurfs. I won't. I'm so tired of the trailers. Streaming-wise, you can check out The Amateur hitting Hulu. Charlie Heller is a brilliant CIA decoder whose world comes crashing down when his wife dies in a London terrorist attack. When his supervisors supervisors refuse to take action, his intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon as he embarks on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible. This stars Rami Malek, Lawrence Fishburne, and others. I think this is going to be better than what I first thought. I've heard good things. I just wasn't that impressed with the trailer. However, everyone around me was like, can we go see this? And I'm like, I don't really want to. I will watch this on Hulu and I'll report back if I like it. You can check it out on Hulu as well. Thursday. Untamed on Netflix. In the vast expanse of Yosemite National Park, a woman's death draws a federal agent into lawless terrain where nature obeys no rules but its own. This is a mini series that is on Netflix Thursday. It has Eric Bana. That's why I was interested. I don't really have any other reason. I didn't watch a trailer and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm down. I like mystery miniseries, not fucking full-on TV shows of whodunits. The Institute, which is on MGM Plus Sundays, stars Mary Louise Parker about a 12-year-old genius, Luke Ellis, who's kidnapped. He awakens in the Institute, a facility of children who possess unusual abilities. Sounds a lot like the New Mutants. Has nothing to do with X-Men, and it's actually based off of a Stephen King book. I looked at the trailer and I was like, this looks okay, but it kind of looks like a sci-fi show. And by sci-fi, I mean the Sci-Fi Network. But I love Mary Louise Parker. So maybe it's going to be good. And it's also got Benny Barnes, the dude from, what's he from? What's that guy from? Punisher. He's from Punisher. He's the bad guy in Punisher. Anyways, let me know if this is good. And Sisters, which is on BET Plus Wednesdays, a group of single black females from different walks of life who bond over their one common thread. Why am I single? If you have BET Plus, check this out. And another show I won't be watching is Star Trek Brave New Worlds, Paramount Plus Thursdays. All right, guys, before I let you go, I'm off next week. I need a break. More news to come, but while I have you, I'm going to let you know what's going to be coming out, not this week, but next week. We will return July 28th, and we are going to be reviewing the biggest film of the summer. I think Superman will, I don't know. Do you guys think Superman or this movie is going to win the box office? What movie am I talking about? I'm talking about Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Do we think Fantastic Four: The First Steps is going to win box office summer? End of sentence. I don't know. I'm interested. And I'm sure James Gunn is interested. Anyways, yeah, we got Pedro Pascal, we got Vanessa Kirby, we got the dude from The Bear, Ebon something, and Joseph Quinn, I think his name is, from Stranger Things. Poppin' or not, I think it'll be poppin'. I think I'm going to like it. I think I'll like it a lot. We got Matt Shackman directing, who did all of WandaVision, and he did an immense amount of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I haven't watched the trailer. I've been good on that. All of Carmela Foods is going to go see this on July 24th. I hope to see you there. I think it'll be popping, but we will definitely be talking some Marvel news on the next episode. Also in theaters is Oh Hi, which is in select theaters, about Iris, who's enjoying her first romantic getaway with Isaac until he tells her he's not interested in a serious relationship. This stars Molly Gordon, who you may remember from The Bear. She's the Bear's love interest, and Logan Lerman. So I don't want to tell you what this movie is actually about. If you've ever seen Gerald's Game, it's like a comedy of Gerald's Game. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't want to be spoiled, check this out in select theaters July 24th. Or if you want to see what this is about, check out the trailer on YouTube. I'm down. I think it looks fun. Also in select theaters July 24th. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No. It's fucking Bambi, The Reckoning. After a mother and son get in a car wreck, they soon become hunted by Bambi, a mutated deer. The grief-stricken creature embarks on a rampage, seeking revenge for the death of his mother. It's like the Winnie the Pooh movie, and you get the idea. And Almost there, guys. Home stretch. Huh. The Home, starring Pete Davidson. It's a horror movie with Pete Davidson. I'm not going to read what it's about. Fuck it. Max begins working at a retirement home and discovers that both residents and staff are concealing dark secrets. His job reveals unexpected dangers. I looked at the trailer. I like Pete Davidson personally, but usually a lot of comedy actors do this. They'll just try something new, so I respect that. I will not be watching this in theaters. Will you? Let me know. Streaming wise, probably bigger news than Fantastic Four. Happy Gilmore 2. I don't like that they're making a Happy Gilmore 2, but Adam Sandler don't miss, y'all. Adam Sandler don't miss. I'm going to a Happy Madison party this Saturday, y'all. I can't tell you where it is because I can't just invite people, but you have to dress up like either Adam Sandler from Happy Madison movies or any other character from Happy Madison. I'm thinking I'm going to be Zohan or I'm going to be... Fuck, what was the other one? Lil Nicky. I really want to be Lil Nicky. I might be Lil Nicky. Happy Gilmore 2 drops on Netflix Friday, July 25th. Television show-wise, Washington Black follows the 19th century adventures of George Washington Wash Black, an 11-year-old boy on a Barbados sugar plantation who must flee after a gruesome death threatens to turn his life upside down. This is on Hulu, July 23rd. Looks interesting. And last, but certainly not least, Hunting Wives, starring Brittany Snow and Malin Ackerman. Sophie O'Neill moves to deep East Texas, and she succumbs to socialite Margot's charms. Her life is soon consumed by obsession, seduction, and murder. Looks all right. He's on Netflix Monday, June 21st. All right, let's see the comments and get the fuck out of here. Robin Floyd, Superman will be movie of the summer. While we have each other, let's see what the biggest box office. Take your guesses. You have like 20 seconds. Was Superman the biggest box office movie of the summer? Ooh. No one's going to be... No guesses? Okay. Lilo and Stitch made $414 million. It is closing in on the biggest year's earner, which is Minecraft movie, $423 million. But we are talking about summer, so I don't think it would be dope. MCU old numbers would pull up to this. This is a lot, though. I think Lilo and Stitch is going to be the biggest one. But let's see what Superman made their opening weekend. I really should have a box office like thing, but I never do because I have a lot going on right now. Thanks for staying tuned in, guys. There's a lot of people here. I appreciate it. Superman soars to $125 million. Third biggest box office opening weekend of 2025. And yeah, behind Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch. Robin might be right. It might end up being bigger than Fantastic Four. I vote Fantastic Four. I can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2. I'm excited for both. I will say I'm more confident of Happy Gilmore 2 than Fantastic Four. Well, we'll find out. Again, guys, no show next week. I will repost. Here's what's coming out this week because I dig y'all. If you haven't yet, please follow me on, I hate saying this, please follow me on TikTok. I have all the best clips from the episode. If you want to clip some stuff, why don't you do it and send it to me so I could do less stuff? And I'm just letting y'all know, July 28th is going to be a special night because it is going to be the season finale of Popcorn Poppin'. Need a break. And I'm either going to come back in September for spooky season, which will be 7 episodes and a spooktacular, or I'm going to come back in October with 4 really good spooky episodes. Haven't decided yet. Don't worry, Jordan. I'll hit you up about helping out with the spooktacular. But I will tell you, I love each and every one of you. Again, please, there are 7 of you. 7 of you. Please share this. Share this, please. It takes 2 clicks. Share and confirm. I'd appreciate it. And also, don't forget, like, subscribe, Follow on TikTok. I have an Instagram too, but I don't really use it. That's it. I love y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like Superman, if you're excited for Superman, and if we're excited for James Gunn. And